Elliot has the title at CSIRO of Robotics Research Consultant. However, in my experience of Elliot, he is that rare bird, a thinker, who makes you in turn think. Elliot is discussing what opportunities exist today for jobs in robotics. Over to you, Elliot.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I had to think about my title. Does that mean I consult with robots? And no, that's not. I'm a robot whisperer. Look, I've been working in robotics for about 20 years now, and I work for CSIRO, and I've been working in the Cyber Physical Systems Research Group, which is on the left here. We have 4 research groups. And one of the questions we have is if we are looking at skills for Industry 4, and Industry 4 says see cyber physical systems, it might be useful to understand what a cyber physical system is, or at least how we view a cyber physical system. So in the middle here, I have a diagram of the components of a cyber physical system. And so we have the physical layer, which is the robots and the Internet of Things, the sensors and so forth. And then we have the cyber. And typically the cyber today involves AI and ML, machine learning. And there's sort of confusion over the role of robotics and AI. So from our point of view, we see these things overlapping. And where they overlap, where AI is actually inside the robot, we call that embodied AI. And when that robot is controlled by a human or a living organism, we call that a drone. And for our colleagues in IoT space, when the AI is embedded or embedded in the network, we call that embedded AI. And when it's on a living animal or person, we call those wearable. And recently, we've gone beyond cyber physical systems. We're trying to look at the concept around the cyber physical social system, where we bring in the living organisms and need to understand what the role of humans in this cyber physical system is. And from my point of view, robots and AI don't have intent and they don't derive value. That's what we do. And the role of workers in a workplace is to basically tell robots what they should be doing and derive value from it. In effect, they become their business business development managers. So if you go and buy a robot, unless you tell it what to do, it just sits in the corner. So it's up to people with skills to understand what robots can do and what value they can create for your company. So the next slide, thanks, Sarah. Right, so these are some of the opportunities around robotics. Now on the left, we have the skills, the training that we have in robotics, and on the right, we have the markets or business domains that consume these areas. And what's surprising around the skills side is traditionally 20 years ago, robotics was dominated by the skill of engineering of mechatronics. But that's changed quite dramatically over the last couple of years, in particular around computer science and data science and I4AMF. And also from the engineering side, design, material science, but more importantly, how do robots work with people? So we now just need to talk to human factors people. And then also, what are the ethics of using these robots? So we need to start looking at social science and also law. So there's a whole multitude of skills that are required to operate and deploy robots. And what we have on the right-hand side are the domains, in particular, mining and agriculture, with the biggest users of robotic systems. What we need are the SMEs and the OEMs that deliver the capability of the people to the industry. And this is where we're lacking in Australia. We don't have a very rich ecosystem of SMEs and OEMs that are able to deliver, to employ people, to deliver solutions to the industry. So yes, we can look at skills from a supply side, but we also need to look at the skills from a demand side. And we also need, therefore we need to focus on creating new service and manufacturing industries to deliver solutions to our industries like mining and defence and agriculture. And so what are these skills? I really like the comment around the new workforce being no-collar workforce. I'm no-collar. Most of my colleagues in robotics don't have collars. And it's this transition space where you go into the field, you get your hands dirty, but then you come back into an office and you might be doing some programming or so forth. So I think that's where the skills lie. And it's something that we need to be aware of because given some of the reports that have come out, we really need to redefine what manufacturing is and also the role of software and AI and so forth in that development. So thank you, Andrew, that's me.